Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to do a video of some of the stuff that I use in my mowers equipment. First thing is I'm gonna start using E3 spark plugs instead of having a one electrode gap. They have two that forks, and so far the Ryan seems to run a lot stronger when it's cold. I'm doing this in the garage, that's why it's so dark. But anyway, I'm going to start using those spark plugs. And then Oregon Gator line reinforced with Aramid. It's the best trimmer line I have ever come to use. It's strong. I can trim the grass in between the grass or the sidewalk cracks, and it just won't snap off unless you're doing a chain link fence. Here is the motor oil I use, Opti 2. It's the best shit I have ever used. It doesn't, what you do is you find yourself a gas can, and this is a 1 gallon pouch, 1.8 ounces. You mix 1.8 ounces per gallon, United States gallon, and that will give you about 100 to 1 mix. But this oil is very special. It's a really high grade oil. It doesn't matter what the mix of the engine calls for with Opti 2. 1 can covers all engines. I even run this in my 2-strokes or my 4-strokes because of the ethanol. Ethanol will strip the lubrication abilities that the 4-strokes need in the upper cylinder. And because you go lean on the oil with Opti 2, but not dangerously lean, it doesn't smoke. They run a little bit hotter, and this stuff comes with the optimizer fuel stabilizer in it. It's the best oil I ever used. No more carbon to clean out, hardly any smoke, especially when I'm mulching with the lawn boys. All that, and they run cooler, a lot cooler. Opti 4, it's 4-stroke engine oil that comes from Interlube. My engines seem to run cooler, they stay cleaner, longer, and this shit is not cheap. This is $7 or $8 for 20 fluid ounces, and I like that because, well, it just is a really well filtered SAE 30 oil. Opti Pro Shop spray, I have looked forever to get some of this stuff. It stinks really bad, but I love it. You need very little to do a lot. The stuff isn't cheap either. Stuff's like $10 for 6 fluid ounces, but like I said, you need very little to do a lot. Super Lube grease, it's synthetic, and I use this for joints and stuff. I just trying to get over to synthetic because the old dyno oils just can't keep up with what today's engines call for. CRC freeze off, you know, freeze your balls off. I use this on my Toro 22176, that commercial mower. Oh, and an update on that Toro. I was using it in 6-inch grass one day, and the motor was due for an overhaul. I was 2 weeks short of giving it an overhaul, and it locked up. And now it's all gutted out. And you can also see how I'm doing it. Go on to Facebook, look up I Love My Kawasaki Engine, and you can see the pics of what I'm doing. I have the box for the overhaul, right? That's everything of the overhaul. My pump and a coil and some parts to my Echo. And another interesting product I've come across, spray on anti-seize. Works slick, real easy to use. I love it. I still use the paste stuff in case you can't spray this on something, but oh yeah, back to the CRC. I sprayed the hell out of this because on the blade adapter of that Toro, because I tried everything to get it off, and I sprayed a little bit of this, left, went and got some tools, came back and put the gear puller on the blade adapter, and it just come right off. Shit works amazing. I use everything that I can from CRC, like carb cleaner. That stuff is amazing. I love their brake cleaner, but this is just an idea of some of the stuff I use for commercial mowing. Let's see. There is a pen lube. This is my spare toolbox. I had a pen lube from Super Lube that I use for pinpoint. Crap, where the fuck did it go? Anyway, I'm getting old. I'll probably put it someplace where it wouldn't freeze, but if you're looking for prolonged engine life, use Opti 2, because you basically eliminate half the maintenance of the engine. What you do when you switch to Opti 2 is you clean your exhaust ports or check on them. If they don't need to be cleaned out, then you don't need to bother with it. But once you switch to Opti 2 with the 2-stroke engine, you do not have to deal with carbon buildup anymore. With Opti 4, your engine seems to run at a higher RPM. The Opti Pro Shop spray, nuts and bolts crack open easier. Well, not split apart, but I mean, you're trying to get nut and bolt off, it'll come off easy. The Super Lube, if you're looking to lubricate a moving part and you don't think the old style greases do a good enough job, just use Super Lube. The CRC for really rusted parts that need a lot to get them off. The spray anti-seize for putting anti-seize on faster and in a cleaner way. You won't get that shit all over your hands and your clothes. Use the Oregon Gator line for longer trimmer life. The E3 spark plugs, well, I'm still getting into that, so I can't say nothing about that yet, but and also another thing about Oregon is that they just make good shit. Their blades, their Gator blades, I think are the best. I've replaced all the tri-cut blades on my lawn boy mowers and on the Toro with Gator blades because they're heavier and they do so much better job of discharging. But thanks for watching. Over and out.